Well, the family path we haven't actually talked very much about in the LSA context, but here's the deal with the family path. No matter how you cut it, it counts for about 50% of the variation in student achievement across schools. So it's just like an elephant in the room, right? And part of what's on the family path you can't do very much about. That is the socioeconomic status of your kids and their family backgrounds, as we would typically measure them using occupation and income. You're not going to have any short-term effect on, probably not much long-term effect on. But the things like parent expectations, how well prepared parents are in the home to support the school, the kind of social capital, as Juliet spoke about, that kids develop in the home can be honored and built further with some activity on the part of schools. Kids can develop intellectual capital in the context of their own homes as well. And one of the things that often separates high-income from low-income families is the amount of attention given in the home to building kids' intellectual capital, which they then bring to school and take advantage of. So this is really a very substantial piece that we've yet to address directly, although I'm sure that you have many things you're doing in your own schools that do that. I have to say, of course, bringing parents into the school is not one of the high leverage strategies for influencing learning through the family path. It's what you can do to build the capacities of parents in their homes to work with kids there that's going to be the big factor there. And so you'll see some of these variables that you would see in John Hattie's review of this evidence listed here: parental expectations, reading in the home, the kind of models that parents provide, and simply providing space in the home for kids to do their work in a quiet space. And I say here that this is kind of important to appreciate in a very fundamental way, because I think it will influence how you approach parents, that it's not just a partnership you're engaged in with the parents. A partnership that suggests there's kind of, a division of labor and agreements about who's going to do what. You are co-producing student learning, right? Some of it you'll do in partnership with parents. A lot of it parents are doing themselves, unwittingly sometimes, and quite consciously on other occasions. And if you want to work on variables on the family path, I think it means for many school leaders kind of turning around and looking outside their school and asking, in effect, we've got to work on these variables inside the school, but let's not forget that half of the achievement that we're responsible for happens out there. And if we can do something out there to encourage and nourish more productive learning conditions, we can hit some home runs that we'd never even have a chance to look at if we remained focused only inside our schools.